Hi anybody, welcome into the channel, JaysBucket. I'm Jay. As always, got my building buddy Jay hanging out here with me whenever I'm down in the Lego room. Welcome into the show. This is Bucket Life, episode number 20. It's a little bit of an audio video file where I talk a little bit about Lego, but a little bit about other things as well. And this episode I'm calling, Are Board Games Fun? We'll see about that in a little bit. All right, welcome in. This is on JaysBucket here. I regularly build different Lego sets every single Sunday. I call those Lego Live builds, and I build a different set each and every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Lots of fun hanging out with everyone in the chat. And then I also do weekly live builds as well, where I build a little bit of bigger sets. The Sunday lives, they're always a different set. The weekly lives usually take 2, 3, 4 sometimes weeks in order to finish some of these larger sets. My set this week actually would have been yesterday on Thursday if you're watching this on the day it release, and next week's will be on Tuesday, and those air at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we go for 1 hour only no matter how far we get. So there we go. So those are lots of fun as well. I like building the bigger sets. Some of those bigger sets are similar to the Galaxy Explorer, and even the 3-in-1 Castle, which is a lot of fun. All right, thoughts for this week. Is spring actually here? Has it come officially? Are we done with the snow? I'm not sure. It's still a little chilly some days when you wake up, but by the afternoon, oh boy, is that sun starting to feel good on my skin again. So I'm loving that. Hopefully spring is here to stay and we can then move into summer. Yes, that would be amazing. Okay, we are going to give this week's shout out to Greg Dillon. Greg Dillon is a pretty awesome viewer. He's been around for, I'd say, probably about a year now. When they first started chatting, they just kind of came in, said hello, and didn't say too much. They didn't chat too much at first, but now Greg's definitely starting to chat more and more and more. And we definitely have a theme going with Greg that every time he comes into a live build, we got to ask him what he's eating, because oh boy, does he ever describe some of the most mouth-watering meals I have ever heard of sometimes. Oh my goodness, some of the things that they say when they come into the channel. And here, like, I do these live builds kind of late in the evening, and like it's already been after supper. Sometimes I've even had a little snack, but man, my mouth just starts watering when they start describing some of the things that they've eaten, and oh, it sounds so good. Makes me hungry once again, and I just want to eat more. It's not good for me at the time of the day that I hear about this amazing food, but does it sound ever yummy. Even my son today, actually, we were out and he's like, Dad, I can't watch your lives when Greg Dillon comes on the channel. I'm like, oh no, why? And he's like, it makes me so hungry, I gotta stop watching. So I thought that was pretty funny. So Greg Dillon, shout out to you. Thanks for being here. You're always welcome in the chat, and your mouth-watering food just sounds amazing. So there we go. That's this week's shout out to Greg Dillon. All right, we'll move over to the Studtastic Voyage. And we had 2 new people join from last week's stream, the Brachiosaurus Jurassic Park stream, which is a really fun stream, really great set, sitting right up there. Oh, what a nice set that was. Really love that molded Brachiosaurus. But yeah, we had 2 people, ironically from the same location apparently. We had the Purple Dragon coming in with a purple stud down in Texas. And then shortly after, Kate came in, said she just got off work and wanted a green stud down in Texas as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. So we got a few new people on the Lego map. JaysBucket Lego map. All right, Studtastic Voyage. Love it when we get new people hanging out on the Lego map. That's pretty awesome. Okay, we are going to do something here. We're going to move into new bricks in the bucket. This is something I've never done before. This is something I'm not even 100% sure if I'm allowed to do, but I see a lot of other people doing things like this, so I'm going to do it. So here we go. We're going to go to the OBS Void of Doom. We are going to move over, and we are going to watch a real quick 14-second trailer from Lego and Pokemon officially. This just seems crazy. So let's just quickly watch this. We got Pikachu's brick-built tail. Pretty awesome. And then there you go, zapping the Lego and Pokemon logos basically together. There we go. All right, so what is going on here? Pokemon and Lego. No, don't do that. Pokemon and Lego officially together. This is huge news for Lego and Pokemon fans alike. So Pokemon was originally with Mega Bloks, and they've done quite a few sets with Mega Bloks, and Mega Bloks did a half decent job with them. Mega Bloks brought out, I would assume, I don't know for sure, but I would think they brought out pieces specifically for these brick-built Pokemon, because I've built a few. I don't personally have any. My kids got a few as like Christmas gifts and whatnot when, you know, the grandparents think it's Lego, but it's not. Anyhow, trying to build some of these, they're kind of difficult to build sometimes because the pieces that they use are just absolutely crazy. Neat, but just, you know, absolutely crazy. So now the thing with this is Lego somehow must have gotten the rights. Maybe the Mega Bloks contract or whatever you'd call it is over, and now Lego has stepped in to purchase the rights to brick-built Pokemon type things. And I have some thoughts on this. I'm gonna be honest. My initial thoughts is if these are all brick-built kind of big things, you know, brick-built Pokemon like Mega Bloks does, I want nothing to do with this. I like, you know, like brick-built stuff like this penguin and things like that, but I do not need a bunch of brick-built Pokemon. So if that's what this ends up being, and it almost looks like it from the way Pikachu's tail was built up there, it almost seems like these are just going to be a bunch of different brick-built Pokemon. So if that's the case, I might buy a few here and there, but I'm not going to be going crazy on this at all. If they do a brick-built Charizard, I'd probably have no choice but to buy that one. But I'm just super curious on how Lego's going to implement this. Now, if this is Pokemon minifigures and molded Pokemon like they do the dinosaurs and the animals, like if we get molded Pokemon, like if I get a molded Charizard, oh my goodness. Going in debt, I guess. No, not gonna do that. But like, if it's not minifigures and molded Pokemon, again, I want nothing to do with this theme because this is gonna be insanely expensive. Great for you if you can keep up with all of the, you know, sets that they release in a specific theme. That's amazing. I have literally never been able to keep up with one specific theme and just buy everything from it. So this Pokemon theme, although it's coming out in 2026, so you do have some time to save up some money, I'm just simply not going to be able to keep up with it. And it's going to be a crazy expensive theme to begin with, especially if they're molded pocket monsters. It's going to make them more expensive too, which is what I want. I do want the molded Pokemon, minifigure Ash, you know, Misty, Brock. All of the anime figures need to be in minifigures. If they're not, I'm out. Don't even care. I will not be spending a bunch of money on these Lego Pokemon. But if they are minifigures and molded Pokemon, oh, it's going to be hard not to want to keep up with all of them. The thing is, there's over 1,000 different Pokemon. So if they try and do molded Pokemon and try and get every Pokemon in a molded version, good luck keeping up with that. Oh my goodness. But the catchphrase of Pokemon is gotta catch them all. So how can you, I mean, I guess you can do something like what a national dex would be, is where you don't include all the Pokemon, you just include certain ones. But man, how can you make some and leave out others in a Lego theme? Like this is gonna be absolutely nuts. I cannot believe that this is actually gonna be happening. So there you go. Take this with a grain of salt with anything I've said, because I have no clue on how it's gonna actually get released. But if it's brick built stuff and just a big brick built version of a Pikachu, I ain't buying it. Like I said, maybe a Charizard or something like that I would buy. Certain Pokemon I might buy, but I am not going to be getting caught up in buying all of these brick built tall characters. But now if they do like a Pokemon Center with an Ash minifigure and a molded Pikachu, oh my goodness, I'm gonna want that day one, pre-order. Just, yeah. Oh, the gift with purchases. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be Pokemon gift with purchases. Oh boy. If they do like gyms, like I would love to see like Misty's gym, and the inner workings of a gym, and molded Starmie and stuff like that. Like that would just be so awesome. Oh man, and I just don't know how they're gonna do this. The SSN, that would be a cool one too. So many cool things they could do. Time is only gonna tell what they will do. So yeah, I'm very excited, very curious to see how they do this. But my wallet is like worried for me. So we gotta see what's gonna happen. All right, we're gonna move back over to the OBS Void of Doom. We're gonna go to the Lego site. There's my little rant about Lego Pokemon. These are really cool. I like how these are lit up. I wonder if they come with lights in each of these builds. That's kind of cool. I don't know. So let's quickly go to offers and sales first. We'll see. Offers and sales. Save 10% with our McLaren Formula One team bundle. Bundle and save when you purchase both the Technic McLaren Formula One race car and Lego Speed Champions 2023 McLaren Formula One race car sets. So there you go. If you buy both of those two sets, you'll get 10% off. All right. We still have the mixed flower pot. That's actually only going to be going until today if you're watching this video when it released. No, I didn't want to actually do that. Sorry. And then we also have a little Easter tote bag that you can get for 2 more days after this video releases. March 23rd, this will end with a purchase of $80 or more, valid with themes Creator 3-in-1, Lego City, Lego Friends, Lego Dreams. So there you go. You can get this little tote bag. I imagine it's just a little shopping bag. I will not be purchasing that. There you go. Let's go to sale, see if anything new is on sale, because I like to check that out. Wow, nothing new lately. This is kind of disappointing. All right, shop coming soon. What's coming in here soon? Is there any new stuff? So far, doesn't really seem like it. Still can't believe I thought that was a legit bag. No, nothing new at all. Still can't wait for these. I don't know why. Nothing new. Now if we go to the news section and we will scroll down and we will go availability and we will go to pre-order. We'll see if there's anything new in here. Nope, we got the Mosasaurus boat, the Mario Kart, Kakamora. Oh, we do have this. Petite Sunny Bouquet. What is this? $40. Alright, this is a new set. $40 Canadian, that is, from Botanicals. We got set 10347. It's kinda meh. I wonder, ooh, I like that. That's the same piece, I think, that came with the maze. Yeah, it's the same piece that came with the maze. That's a really nice pedal piece, actually. But I wonder are they releasing too many botanical sets to try and, fill some kind of a void that maybe they thought there was. Botanical sets were really, really nice at the beginning. Now I feel, I don't know, they're not, they're not as nice as as they used to be. I don't know, maybe it's just certain ones, but this one and that gift with purchase just seem fairly meh. Like, I feel like we've already got, I think this is what I don't know exactly what flower it is, but I feel like I have a flower like very similar to this. This seems new. And then this one's what, another closed rose or tulip or something? I don't know. I'm not loving this. Again, no vase with this one too, so it's like you got to get your own vase to put these in. Yeah, not loving that one, but maybe we'll see. We'll see if maybe one day it gets built on the channel. Other than that, there is nothing coming in under the pre-order section. So it's crazy how quickly it went from boom, here's like 30 new sets, and then now it's just like, yeah, here's one, here's another one, here's 4, here's another one. So I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so that was new bricks in the bucket. Some new stuff to be excited for sure. Just not sure how they're going to implement Lego Pokemon, but we will see. All right, Mrs. Bucket time capsule, 142 days as of today. Man, I'm so bad at this. 142 days until we open up the time capsule. We're getting there. We're getting closer. Okay, now the meat and potatoes of this one are board games fun? ? So I am a big board game guy. I say big, but like I don't own that many, but I do really enjoy playing board games. And I guess, obviously the main people to play board games with would be your family and your friends. And I just, I ask, are board games fun? Because there have been a few times lately, and I'm guilty of being somewhat of the cause of it, but there have been a few times where playing with the family, things get a little heated, and, some people end up not so happy, partway through or near the end or whatnot. And some board games are more tricky to understand than others. Generally, when we get a new board game, I'm usually designated the one to read the instructions and figure out what's what. Now, my kids are getting older, so when they were younger, obviously they couldn't fully read and understand things, and it was always on me. Mrs. Bucket sometimes does it, but she usually refers to me to figure out some of the finer details of new board games that we get. Well, now that my kids are getting a little bit older, sometimes they're the ones that want to read the instructions and figure out how to play, and that's fine, but I still do like to kind of double check and read over things to make sure we are playing properly. Well, recently we were playing a game called Blockus Shuffle, really fun game, and I'm pretty sure it was my fault. I misread how one of the cards worked in the game, and my son got really upset, and he ended up just like quitting, didn't want to play. Well, I also got upset afterwards and was like, all right, you know what? Just stop then and whatever. And then he kind of went off and was pretty sad. So after we kept playing, and then afterwards I kind of realized, oh wait, that was my fault that I misunderstood how that one card worked. He actually was right. So I had to, pause the game and kind of go, and I confronted him and I apologized and said, I'm sorry that, I misread the card. Maybe you can come back and play. And he just didn't want to. He was done. And I was like, all right, you know what? That's fine, but I said, please don't let this, affect the next time we go to play a board game. And thankfully it hasn't. He was a trooper. He got through that one. I even went back after the game was over, apologized again, and he was feeling a little better at that point. But then next time around we go to play, he's right back in there and wanting to play. So I was like really thankful that that didn't kind of ruin his idea of playing board games. But boy, can board games get competitive? Like there is there's almost like a pride thing sometimes with board games, especially how many board games we actually end up playing now. Like everyone wants to be the winner, right? And even our youngest is now also starting to get into playing some of the... He's always played board games for his age, or we've played board games with him of his age. But now he's starting to get into some of the other ones that we sometimes play, and he's really good too. Like even when he loses, he doesn't get overly upset, which is really nice. I'm wondering if that stage is going to come pretty soon here, though, because I'm sure he's going to get frustrated losing over and over and over. And I personally am not one to necessarily want to let someone win just because. Like honestly, it's not really fun. I used to do that. I will say I used to just let the kids win and whatnot. But honestly, like they start to pick up on that, and they start to be like, well, are you going easy on me? Like I don't want you to go easy on me and this and that. So they definitely do pick up on those types of things. So I've almost stopped doing that, and just, you know what, if I'm gonna win the game, I'm gonna win the game. It's how the game goes. I can't just I shouldn't sabotage myself in the game to let them win. It's a part of growing up, winning and losing. Sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes I'm gonna win. So it's just a part of the game. But I've definitely kind of stopped letting them win more, and maybe it's because they're getting older, but I just personally don't think it's as fun. It might be for them in the moment, but once they start to realize, hang on, he did this instead of that, and that's why I won, that actually might be more damaging psychologically than anything. So yeah, I've kind of stopped doing that. But I do really enjoy board games. They're a lot of fun. I love playing with the family. Sometimes we go to, well, not sometimes, every Friday we go to our local game shop, and we normally play Lorcana, but sometimes even us, the group there that plays, we'll switch it up and we'll play board games, or a different kind of card game or something. It's not often, but every now and again, we'll kind of be like, all right, are we done with Lorcana for next week? Do we want to play like a different game? And sometimes we'll play like Villainous, or sometimes Here to Slay, or some other games. Another guy that goes there, he is a board game fanatic. Apparently he has like shelves full of board games, and he loves board games. So sometimes he'll bring a game that none of us have even ever played before, and it's lots of fun playing new games. Now, I just recently got a new board game that I'm really excited to play, and I actually haven't opened it up yet. It's I don't know if anyone that watches this have ever played the old video game called Worms, but there's actually a board game version they just released this year, and it's pretty hard to find. I actually found one at a different local game store, and I bought it. I was like, I kind of have to buy that because it's one of those things where if I let it go and 4 months later I'm like, oh, I really want to get that game, and then it's gone, I'm gonna kind of not enjoy that experience. So when I see something that I really want, I generally do save up for it and then go and get it. So it came out in, I think, January or February, and I saved up a bit and I went and grabbed it for myself, but I have yet to pull it out, and actually no one in the house even knows I bought it. So there you go, Mrs. Bucket. So I'm pretty excited to play it. The only thing with this game is no one in my house has ever played the game Worms before. So I don't think it's actually going to be that fun to play with anyone in my family. I think I'm going to have to bring that one to the local game store to play with a couple of the guys there. But yeah, in my conclusion, yes, board games are fun. Can they get competitive? Can they kind of get out of hand sometimes? Yes. It's up to us to manage those situations and try and make everyone feel included. And that doesn't mean letting people win just because you feel they should. Like, you should win the board game because you won the board game. There shouldn't be, oh, I'll let you win this time, and then you get to feel how winning feels. Yeah, no, that's not how real life is. And I don't know, I feel like doing that in the past, the kids have caught on, and they know that, there's reasons they won. So I don't personally like that. So from now on, no more letting the kids win unless they win. So there you go. Are board games fun? Yes, they sure are, and I hope you guys enjoy playing board games with your friends and your family. All right, so let's move to the next Lego set that I'm building on Sunday. And man, I didn't even think of this set until 25-30 minutes ago. I don't know, completely went over my head last Sunday when I was gonna pull out a theme from the Jay's Mystery Bucket, although I didn't even have this theme in the bucket because I don't have one printed out of it yet. But the next theme is going to be 70639. It's a Ninjago set. And it is called Street Race of Snake Jaguar. This is a bit of an older set. It is retired now. It's two kind of motorcycle bikes, ninja style. So there you go. That'll be the next set that we're building. I am missing a few pieces from this one because this one I did buy secondhand. I think I'm missing a couple of the red swords, and I think we're missing the thing to hold one of the flags at the back. So I might have to see if I can find those, maybe a couple spare pieces or something before Sunday. But yeah, that'll be the next set, 70639, Ninjago Street Race of Snake Jaguar. So hopefully you want to come on Sunday and hang out while I build that. Okay, we're going to move to Q&A. I did get 2 questions last week. Seth, you're used to this, though. I think I'll put yours in my back pocket for now. It's an interesting question, but Cliff asked me a question, and Cliff normally doesn't ask me questions. So Cliff asks, what motivates you? And I think I could answer that in a couple different ways. So if I think about what motivates me, like what motivates me to go to work each day, I think is a big one that I think about whenever someone says what motivates you. And I've always had in the back of my mind, family. Family is what motivates me. I think if I didn't have kids and, a Mrs. Bucket to support, I don't know if I would be doing the same job that I do now. I do wonder sometimes if my path would have went a different way if I didn't have kids. But when I was pretty young, I had my daughter, and I essentially had to get a job that paid half decent, and I went into an industry that basically I worked as for piecework, meaning the more I did, the more I got paid. And she definitely motivated me every day to, do more work. And then, later on more kids come and you realize, oh, there's more food that needs to be provided and more shelter that needs to be provided. So the kids and Mrs. Bucket, they definitely motivate me to go to work every day and make sure that, things are being provided for. But that's only one aspect of life. So then I wondered to myself, what motivates me to build Lego? And I think the end result is what motivates me to build Lego, because seeing a bunch of different bricks and pieces down on a table, could maybe feel daunting to someone, especially someone younger that doesn't quite know how to build it properly yet, and which way the bricks are supposed to be maneuvered and whatnot. But knowing that end result is going to look awesome, I think is definitely what motivates me to build Lego and I guess build this channel as well, right? Like it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun building along with you guys as in the chat and whatnot. So that's pretty fun. Now I think of also like, okay, what would motivate me to play board games or something like that? And I think it's just, I guess different people find different things fun, and I'm not really sure what it is about games and board games, to be honest, but I just feel like the rush of, completing the task to win the game is a lot of fun in my eyes. So I think that's I think those are some of the different things that motivate me. I don't know if they're the best answers, but they're kind of what I thought of off the top of my head when I saw the question. So, and really, I don't think it actually matters what motivates you as long as you get motivated in some way. I guess there's another aspect of my life that's pretty new, and what motivates me to go to karate is I really want to move up another level in the belt color, and I've been going for maybe 5 weeks now, and I've already been to classes where other people get promoted to that next belt level, and I think that it's been a really fun experience, and it motivates me to want to get to that next level and to keep working at it. So yeah, there's definitely different aspects of my life that motivate me differently, but yeah, I think as long as you have some motivation, I think that's a good thing to have in your life. So hopefully you guys have things in your life that motivate you to do the things that you love to do. All right, well, that's going to be it for this one. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. If you don't mind giving the video a like, that'd be great. Helps I hear it helps the algorithm. Throw some comments down below. You could say what motivates you. What are some of your favorite board games? Are you excited for Lego Pokemon, or are you kind of like me and like, I'm not really sure how it's gonna go? If you're new here and watching this one, I'd love it if you could subscribe. We are on the way to trying to make some crazy JaysBucket sign out of studs, and I'm trying to do that by subscriber count, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, really appreciate all of you, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Woo!